What is going on, guys? It is Blink here, back with a new guide. So in this guide, I'll be showing you guys a cool double ramp trick and also the way I aggressively snipe. Also, the V-Bucks giveaway is still going on, so make sure to visit the link in the description to enter. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications as opposed to Amazon gift card code in the comments every time I upload. By turning on notifications, you have a way better chance of getting here first and redeeming that code. Anyways, guys, let's get to this guide. So the first thing I want to talk about is double ramping. If you end up double ramping above your opponent and he ends up running up your ramps, you can trap him in quite easily. As he runs up your ramps, build up a few stories, and once you know he's right above you, you want to place down a pyramid over top of him and then make sure you place a wall in behind him. You then want to block off the side walls, that way he can't get out, and then simply place 2 traps on each wall for a guaranteed elimination. Remember, 1 trap does 150 damage, so 2 will guarantee that elimination. Although, if you only have 1, you can edit the stair above you to drop your opponent right down to you for the finisher, or place down a floor, that way he'll potentially get hit twice. This is why running up a player's double ramp has risks. You also won't be able to do much if you're the one above, because as your opponent turns, he can easily build right above you. Once in a while, you might be able to block the double ramp with the floor and then edit down towards your opponent, but that doesn't always work. So if you're the player above, the way you want to counter the double ramp is by shooting it down or by building above it yourself. Build with your own ramps above, and depending on the situation, you can edit your ramp to get the drop on your opponent. Or you might have a clear angle to take shots. I also want to mention that you should be placing down a floor under your feet to avoid your opponent from getting out of the traps. If you've got that floor under you and he shoots the stair down, he's just going to fall onto your floor. Basically, he's still boxed in and he's still guaranteed to hit the traps. Now, I never placed down a floor because he never really shot, and you'll have to shoot at almost an instant to avoid the traps. Although it would have been a good idea to put the floor down, just something to take a note of. The next thing I want to talk about is how I aggressively sniped to open up a fight. You can see as this opponent was hitting this rock, I was waiting for the right time to shoot. And I want to let you guys know that anytime an opponent is jumping around, I'll usually shoot on the drop. I do this because it's easier to guess the spot your opponent's going to land as they drop. It can be a little harder to guess when they're jumping up because it's harder to calculate where the peak of the jump is, and you might shoot too early or too late. When they're dropping from their jump, you can easily guess where they're going to land and take the shot as they land. Now, do you want to concentrate on getting the headshot? And no, you don't. Your main focus will be to get any sort of damage done, and the best spot to shoot is around the torso. It's a much bigger hitbox compared to the head to guarantee a hit. I'll continue this example because some of you guys might not know why I'm spraying here. And the reason I'm spraying at this wall is because it avoids your opponent from healing. Every time he rebuilds a wall, you know he hasn't healed yet. Had I not shot, he might have got off a medkit or some shields, resulting in basically a whole new fight. So as you push, make sure you're still keeping that constant pressure going. Here's one more example with the hunting rifle. As this opponent jumped, I had my crosshair already vertically lined up. The only way I was moving was horizontally. As soon as you spot your opponent, you should be instantly able to calculate the approximate spot his torso is located for the shot. And you want to shoot slightly before he crosses your crosshair because the bullet still has to travel towards your opponent. And your opponent's still moving as it's traveling, so you want to give your shot an early head start for the connection. If you're newer to sniping, then use this reference for most shots anytime your opponent's moving. As I hit the shot, the fight now starts, but I've got the massive advantage. This is why sniping is super great to practice. Had this opponent been better than me, I've now instantly got the advantage and it gives me more of a chance to win the fight. So guys, that's the gist of sniping these jumpy players. If you guys haven't seen my 2 other sniping guides on the channel, then I suggest you take a look as they might help a ton. Anyways guys, that's it for this guide. It was a little shorter, but hoping it could help some people out, and a like and a sub would be greatly appreciated as it does help me out a lot. Anyways guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, and I'll see you on the next one.